Well, good afternoon to each and every one of you. We pray that God has continually blessed you and kept you, and that everything is working out for you and yours. And we are coming to you live and in color. That's how we're approaching this thing because this is Black History Month. Ain't it a shame? Ain't it a shame that they give us the shortest month out of the year in order for us to recognize our blackness? But guess what? We're going to do what we got to do the way we got to do it when we got to do it to make sure everybody knows we getting it done. That is so important. So I'm going to wait for you. I see you're coming on, and I'm grateful to God. The notifications, y'all coming on too. Bless the name of our God. If you don't mind, just kind of, say hello, give us a little shout out real quick so we can kind of see how many people are on here with us, right? Jumped up to 18 that fast. Glory to God. Bless his name. Hey, Rose, Carolyn, how you doing? Good afternoon to the both of you. Debbie, how you feeling? Kari, what's going on? Good to see you. Um, so we're waiting for Pete. Yeah, just give us a little shout out real quick. Just say hello, hey, something like that, so we know that you're out here. The numbers are going up real good. Gina, how you feeling? Denise, good to see you. Sabrina, how you feeling? Okay. Tamika, good to have you here with us on this afternoon. Thank you so much for responding. Lady Brown, how are you this afternoon? Carletta, Rosalind, good to see y'all as you are coming on. You should see their faces. I love it. I love it. Okay. Sheila, I got your daughter. Okay. Ella May, hey dear, how are you? Sylvia Scott, Ethel, how are you doing this afternoon? And if you would like to get that share out there so that people can understand that we got young folk that's got it going on. Marcus, what's going on? We were praying for you as you went through your procedure, and we're glad that God brought you out. Nancy, good afternoon to you. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Please share. Please share. Please share. Because you know what? I knew you was gonna do something like that. What's the weather out there, Marcus? What's it like? What's it like? Okay, you might as well go on and get that in there because I know you want to mess with me. Okay, I know it ain't nothing like here. Do y'all have any snow out there, Marcus? Y'all need some snow. Y'all need some snow. That's what y'all need. Valerie, how are you? Good to have you. Please share. Please share. Please share. Please share. Please share. As you're coming on board, we're going to get started in just a couple of minutes. It's in the 70s. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, in case y'all don't know it, Marcus lives out in Arizona, so he don't count. He just enjoys that weather. Okay, Sharon, good afternoon to you. Good afternoon to you, one and all. We are grateful to God. Linda, I see you as you are coming on. Come on here. Please share. Please share. Please share. We have three intelligent young people who are going to be with us. They have no clue what I'm going to ask them, and that's just the way I like it. And so, in another minute, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring them on one by one, and then I'll take them backstage, and then I'll bring all three of them on at the same time as we prepare to ask them these questions. And we believe that they will do just fine. D, how are you? Monica, good afternoon to you. Marcus, I ain't paying you no attention, okay? Just grateful to God for the privilege to be able to be with you on this afternoon. I just want to take a look at a couple of things here, see what we got. Okay, Katrina, how are you? Okay, let me do this here real quick. I got to make sure that I got it all together. That's important. That's important. Yeah, make sure you share. Make sure you share. Make sure that you share. Okay, that is important. All right. So we're gonna wait a minute here. I see the numbers are still going up. They're still growing, and I am grateful to God for those of you who are sacrificing your Sunday afternoon to be a part of the presentation that's taking place here on today. Please share if you don't mind. Please share. That will help us out tremendously in making sure that everyone has an opportunity to hear what these young people have to say. Wow, acid reflux. I'm praying for you. Okay. I'm praying for you right now as we speak because we need you healed. Sherry, how are you this afternoon? We need the Spirit of the Lord to touch your esophagus so that there won't be any other damage or anything else that takes place in your body. So we are touching and agreeing together that it's done. Katrina, I see you on one page and on YouTube. See you on all of that stuff. Okay. Thea, good afternoon to you. Sherry, did I say hey? I just wanted to make sure that I didn't miss anybody. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and get started. We have three young people who are with us on today, and we're going to bring them on one at a time. Okay, Minister Sarah, how are you? Minister Faye, how are you? Okay, and so we're going to do this, and then I'll take the one that introduced backstage. I'll bring the next one out, then I'll take that one backstage, bring the next one out, and then we will bring all three of them out at the same time as we prepare to ask those questions of these highly intelligent young people. Well, the first person that's coming on board is Kalia Knight. Kalia, would you like to introduce yourself? Tell us what you're doing and all that kind of good stuff.
Hi, I'm Kalia Knight, as most of you might know. I am a sophomore at Clarion University, and I'm a pre-professional biology major with a concentration in physical therapy. Um, this year, I am the co-captain of the majorette team. I Miss Clarion University 2021, and I also participate in the Divine Dolls dance team, which is a African American Southern style dance team, the hip hop team, and I'm also doing a fashion show.
Fantastic. When I grow up, I want to be like you. Okay. Thank you, Kalia. I'm going to put you backstage. I got another young lady who I'm just bringing on board. What's up, Sarah? Oh, hold on. I'm sorry. That's my fault. I told you. I got you. What's up, Sarah? Talk to us.
Hello, my name is Sarah Ross. Some of you might know I'm a junior at Central State University. I study broadcast media with a minor in Spanish. I just found out I graduate class of 2023 in May. I plan on going to grad school. I'm not sure yet, but I want to go for radio and TV production. I wanted to go into having my own radio TV show. I'm doing the marching band right now. We plan on going to Mardi Gras February 25th and March 1st to march in the like 2-3 parades. Um, I'm in the NAACP. I'm in the chair board, and that's pretty much it.
That's pretty much it. That's quite a bit. We are grateful to God for all that you are doing. I'm gonna put you backstage. And last but not least, we got this young man here, Quentin Browning. In case you know I'm gonna do this, Quentin. You know I'm gonna do this, okay? In case y'all don't know who he is, this is the mayor's youngest son. Quentin, introduce yourself at this time.
Hello, my name is Quentin Brown, and I'm in the sixth grade, and I attend St. Rose School. I play football and basketball.
Fantastic. Okay, are your parents watching you? Are they?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm getting ready to bring the other two back in, and we're going to go from there. I have some questions for you, and I'll just call out your name, and I'm not going to take you back and forth, back and forth. I'm not going to mute you so that your mics will stay open. And so, this question that I'm going to ask is for Kalia, and then I'm going to ask Sarah this because I got a special question for Quentin. Okay. All right. Kalia, let me ask you this question. Are things getting better or worse for African Americans?
Mm, I I want to say better, but I don't believe that's true everywhere. Um, for me, at least, I think in the college view, uh, it goes hand in hand. I would like to say better, but I had a friend on campus. She was going to class, and I guess someone rolled down their window and yelled out at her that this campus is for white students.
Mm,
Mm.
mhm. It's sad, isn't it, that we live in an age, this is 2022, and we still have those kind of activities going on, but it's the real world. Okay. Sarah, what do you think?
Um, well, I go to HBCU, but my HBCU now is more diverse. So we have like all kinds of people on our campus now. I want to say the town that we're located in is worse. It's gotten much worse. I worked at a ice cream shop not too long ago, and I was basically being called racist type of things. Like they called me a black ape, all because I made their shake and they never told me what flavor or anything, and I stopped working. Like I couldn't. It's definitely getting worse in the town, but at the school, it's definitely better. But in the town that we're located in, it's a no.
Wow. Yeah, and unfortunately, because of the climate that we are in, it seems like it's kind of like open season
Hmm.
for racism nowadays.
Yeah.
Okay, and the sad thing about it is, it's the same racism that I dealt with in the '70s, and it's still here, it's still alive, and it's still thriving for some reason. Quentin, I have a question for you, sir. You ready?
Yes.
All right. The question is, what have you learned from your parents that will make you a better young man, a better young African American man
Mm.
moving forward in your life? And I know that was a long one, but I know you can handle it.
My parents taught me that it doesn't matter what race or color you are, you're equal in your own even way.
Okay.
And
Do you believe them?
yes,
Not because they're standing back there somewhere, right?
no,
Anything else you want to add to it? Because I got another
um,
question for you coming.
that's about it.
Okay, that sounds good to me. Sarah, I got a question for you. Are you proud to be African American or Black?
I am proud to be
Tell me
African
why.
American. Um, I love the color of the skin I'm in. We have a lot more of culture we can definitely look into and learn about. I'm taking a class right now, Intro to African American Theater. It's the teacher that I have. He's a white man, but I feel like it would be more deeper with a black man, from coming what he knows from his standpoint. But yeah.
Amazing. When I was growing up back, I'm gonna tell y'all a quick story. This is hilarious. Okay, y'all ready for this? I have my grandson. He's 16, Micah, which is Michael's oldest son. And I was talking to him about in the wintertime like this, we used to have to walk to school, a couple of miles to walk to school. And my grandson looked at me and said, did y'all have buses back then? Okay. I was like, yeah, but they were for the other people. They were not for us. And we had to walk. And so I had a lot of Black teachers because I came up in that age. A lot of those teachers lived in the neighborhood and all of the rest of that. So it is difficult to learn that culture from someone who's not a part of the culture.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Kalia, are you proud to be African American, Black,
I
whatever it is?
definitely. I am because even though there's the few other people that will try to break us down, there's the few that do actually want to learn about us, the ones that say, "Oh, your hair is so pretty. I wish mine could be like that." The ones that want to know how we're different from them from a standpoint that they actually want to understand.
Good, good. Quentin, here I come. Are you proud to be Black African American?
Yes, it's kind of the same answer as Kalia and Sarah, but we come from a very different history and background,
Mm-hmm.
and very different from other races. So yes,
We are unique, aren't we?
yes.
Good, good. So here's the next question, and this one goes to Quentin, and then I'll come back around. What does Black History Month mean to you, Quentin?
It means kind of appreciating our ancestors and thanking them for what they did for us.
What about you, Kalia?
For me, Black History Month is not only celebrating what we've all been through, but to learn more about the true history because in school we're not really taught what really happened. Even nowadays, you still don't get as much history as you should about what really happened. They give you the glorified picture that makes it seem like it wasn't as bad as it was.
What about you, Sarah? Did I say? Did you answer that one, Sarah?
No, I didn't answer that. You want me
Yeah,
to
come
answer?
on with it now.
Black History Month means to me, we should appreciate where we come from. We have a bunch of culture that we can look into. We have a bunch of things that we can learn about. Some things I'm learning in class I didn't even know about. Like, um, where we come from a different standpoint. The color of our skin means something. What we're doing, us being Black African American people, what we're doing. Like, yeah.
Okay. Then let me ask you this question, Sarah. Is 1 month enough for Black history?
No.
No, you don't think so?
No, I feel like in schools and everywhere else, Black History Month, they only teach it in February. They barely probably teach it now. So I feel like Black history should be taught all day, every day. It shouldn't be a non-stopping thing. It should be a topic every day.
What about you, Quentin?
So I go to a kind of all white school, and for Black History Month, they don't really do anything, but I feel like they should always do it and strive to keep showing Black
Good.
history.
What about you, Kalia?
I agree. In all of my years of school, I've only ever had one African American history class, and even then, it
Mm,
wasn't. It didn't get into much. It gave you the basics that you always learn about Emmett Till, the Jim Crow law,
Mm-hmm.
uh, the switch over between slavery and not slavery. So there was never anything deeper than what you see on the outside.
good. You know, we live in an environment now where they're trying to make sure that whatever is taught concerning American history
Mm-hmm.
and then the inclusion of African Americans into it isn't offensive to somebody else. And so we live in a crazy, crazy, crazy day and a crazy time. But you know what? Our hope is in you guys. Okay. And I think that's overwhelmingly important. All right. Let me ask you this. Let me see. Okay. Quentin, I'm going to augment this question a little bit because since you do go to a predominantly white school, I'm gonna encapsulate it into your family. Okay. You
Okay.
ready?
Yes.
Make sure I got you covered, man. I got your back. Don't worry about it. It's gonna be all right. Okay.
Okay.
Do you ever discuss racial issues with your sisters or with your mother and father?
Yeah, more often than the school does because they don't teach us anything.
Hmm.
So I mostly ask them about stuff instead of the school.
Okay. Okay. Um, Kalia, I'm gonna change it because well, quiet as is kept. Y'all both go to a diverse school. Kalia's is predominantly white, though. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me ask you this: do you discuss issues of race among your peers?
Yeah, actually. Um, I know in the small group of African American kids at Clarion, we definitely talked about the racial aspects of Clarion itself and even just in the world in general, because it does seem like they play favorites when it comes to activities. Um, like per se, the fashion show. A lot of our stuff was shut down when we first came on campus, except when they still had like basketball and other sports going on, and those teams are predominantly white. Uh, and even I have a Middle Eastern like cultures class, and
Hmm.
you can we were studying some of the pictures that they would paint, and you could see like in the backgrounds they would have slaves, and it seems there's only two African American kids in that class. There's me and one other guy, and you can tell when the subject of the slave was brought up, they kind of skipped over it. They didn't want to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Sarah? You talk among your peers, and I know you were co-signing with Kalia about how this happens in academics. So let's talk. Let's talk about that.
Yes. So most of my teachers, believe it or not, are white. I've had one African American teacher, and that was my freshman year. I have a black band director, of course, but most of my teachers really, they definitely play favoritism, and we're all black students in the class. But they play favoritism. Like they pick like who they like. Like I have a comm teacher, writing for electronic media, and he treats the class like a job. I had walked
Mm.
in maybe 5 minutes before he walked in, and he sat down and he was like, "Everybody's not in here." He said it's 9:30. He locked the doors. So he's telling, like, he's treating it like a job. So we ended up going, like, somebody ended up going through the back door. Like we have like a little back door you can go through, but he still locked that door. He told them basically like, "You're absent for the day. You're not coming in here." They had to go to the registrar and get that problem solved because he's racist. He is, and he had expressed to us before that he did not like teaching black kids. He
Whoa.
was just here for basically the money. Like Central, most of the teachers, like, yeah.
Mm. How does that? I'm gonna piggyback on that. How does that affect you when you know that you're dealing with teachers that are just there for a check rather than imparting knowledge?
I feel as if some of the teachers there, honestly, they care for their students, but when it comes to like people having like family emergencies, and for instance, had my uncle had passed the first day of school, and I was planning to go home, so I let him know that I was planning to go home, but then I heard about the weather, so I didn't go.
Hmm.
And he basically told me, "You don't need to go home. You need to be in my class." Like, didn't say sorry for your condolences or anything.
Wow. How does that bother you, Kalia?
That's really upsetting to hear because my freshman year, my dad passed, and even though it was hard for me to readjust, my teachers were still understanding. They gave me that
Okay.
time. So it's just hard to hear that they wouldn't give you that opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, when you have a parent or another member of the family pass, there should be some level of understanding and compassion, because I'm sure those levels of compassion are shared someplace else.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm trying not to be. I'm trying to keep the Kuta Kinte under control. Okay. Now Quentin don't know nothing about Kuta Kinte. Okay. Or maybe you do, because I know your dad knows about Kuta Kinte. Okay. All right. Um, okay. Serena is on here saying he needs to be reported immediately. Now she's
Yeah,
equipped. She like, get him.
yeah, they need to do something about that. But when we had, like, if we wanted to fill it out to like the administrators and tell them, the administrators wouldn't care either.
Yeah.
They're just there to work at that point. For even to handle your business, to even get through them, they won't answer the phone. They're in the office. They know you're calling. They're just not going to answer.
That is absolutely amazing. But guess what? It's everywhere.
Yeah.
We all live with it. I'll tell you a story, then I'm gonna ask my next question, and then I can let you go, because I know my college students got to get back to what they got to do. Okay, they're both was doing homework and stopped to do that to be a part of this. I did an experiment because I need help. I ain't wrapped tight all the time, and I wanted to see if there was a difference in how I was treated when I went into a store. And so what I did, I had on jeans and a hoodie. Okay, I went through the store, and I used the same store. Went through the store, and they was following me everywhere I went. I said, okay. So I went back and I put on a suit.
Mm.
Went in the same store. They all said, "Hey, how you do?" And I'm thinking to myself, and I could go through the store anywhere I wanted. The whole mindset is predicated upon what we look like, because there's issues with our hair that take place. There's issues with different things, and so you did okay. Daryl Johnson said, I did the same thing. See, because we crazy. Our generation ain't got no sense. We'll let you make a fool out of yourself, and we'll help you to get there. Now, don't tell Quentin, don't tell your daddy I said that, okay? Because me and him, I don't do that. And so let me ask this question, okay? Did you learn anything about the civil rights movement in school? Or if you did not, where did you learn it? Quentin, I'm gonna start with you.
They didn't really teach it at school, but we went to this African American monument in Washington, D.C., and I learned a lot from there.
Okay, good. Sarah?
I learned it throughout middle school, but high school, like, they didn't teach it. So once I got to college, I learned more about it again.
Okay, Kalia.
Well, I did have the one African American history class where we did learn a little there. I had one high school teacher that was he cared about the kids a lot, and he knew he was working in an African American environment, so he taught the civil rights during Black History Month as well. But now most of everything that I learned about like our true history comes from social media.
Okay, very good. Here's the last question for the three of you. And I know you're probably like, yes. And I'm going to start with Quentin. How can you make a change in society being a young African-American male? I know that's a tough one. I'm sorry, but that's how we do it. Go ahead.
Maybe tell my friends about Black History Month and tell them about our past and where we came from, because they don't teach it there. So yeah.
Do you have any white friends that you're close enough to have that kind of conversation with?
Yes.
Good. One thing that I've learned, Quentin, is, and this is the reason there's so much pushback against it, is because a lot of Caucasian young people want to know the truth.
Mm-hmm.
And only truth will set us free. Okay? And that's not just for Black folk. That's for everybody. Because one thing that I learned in faith-based organizing is that we did these things called one-to-ones. And what we found out was there's a whole lot of stuff we have in common. Okay? If we would just get past the color of our skin. All right? What about you, Kalia? Did you learn anything about the civil rights movement in school? And if you didn't, then tell us where.
You asked me that one.
Oh, I did? Okay, Sarah, did I ask you that one too?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. How can you, Kalia, how can you make a change in society? How can you do it?
I believe it starts with just your everyday environment. I feel like me, myself, being that I do go to a predominantly white school, it would start with me going to the clubs I'm in, spreading that information.
You go to the club? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just. And your mother's on here. No, she does not. Okay, go ahead, Kalia. I'm sorry.
No, maybe I should be more specific. If I go to like the hip hop team or the majorettes, if I go there and spread more information about what's right, what's wrong, and what is the truth, then they can go and tell their friends and their friends, which then brings all of us back together.
Kalia, your mother's on here talking about I'm listening. I am so, please forgive me. I am so sorry. It was a joke, Sheila. It was a joke. She does not go to the club. Okay. Sarah, how you gonna make a difference?
Um, it definitely begins with you. Um, for the environment that I'm in, being on campus at Central, it's a lot of definitely like bad things that happen. Um, to the point where like our police people, they have like trained as army. They're trained as army people now, and yeah, they have like hunt down cars and like they'll look for you with dogs and everything. So I feel like it starts with you, like especially like start uplifting other people, start being yourself around people, just start being you and changing the environment, and hopefully the environment around you starts to realize, oh, you're changing, maybe I need to grow. So
Very good. Very good. Let me say that this is the first of four that are taking place. So you three were the sacrificial lambs to kick this off. And Kalia, your mother said, okay, okay. I want to thank God for the three of you for sharing with us. And I'm going to put the three of you backstage for a second because I'm going to holler at you after this comes to an end. And then I'll let you go. Okay. So I'm getting ready to put y'all backstage, and don't worry about muting or anything like that. I will take care of that. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to know that I am godly proud of these three young people. I am proud to be their pastor. I am proud that the Union Church has had and is having an impact in their lives. I am proud of their parents and grandparents who consistently support what they do. And I want you to know, just by the conversations that we have had today, the future looks brighter because God has blessed us with not just beautiful Black people, but intelligent Black people. And that makes the difference. And so I want you to pray for Quentin, Sarah, and Kalia as they continue in their academic pursuits. We don't give them the questions ahead of time. We don't let them prepare for them ahead of time because we really want them to give us the answers off the cuff so that they can think quick on their feet, because they are going to need this to be able to think quickly, because we live in an age now that things are turned against them. But the Bible says that no weapon formed against them shall be able to prosper. So if you don't mind, I see y'all doing it in there. Let them know that they did great, and how proud we are of them, of what they are doing and the things that they are accomplishing, and how God is using them. And I'm going to borrow this from Bishop Paul Sylvester Morton: to change a generation. And we are excited about what God is doing. I'm getting ready to let y'all go. I'm going to have a brief conversation with them after I have ended this broadcast. You don't want to miss next week. Ain't telling you about next week until later. May God bless you. May He keep you, is our prayer.